Greetings, beautiful people of God. This is Prophetess Rivers with another word, another message. Today I want to talk to everyone about going into this next season, not letting no one hinder your walk with God. Now, God is going to place people in your life, and those people that God are going to place in your life, you are to minister to them. But don't go past what God is telling you to do with those people. And the reason why I say that is because it can stop you from receiving the blessing that God has for you. It can stop you from entering into the promised land. When I say the promised land, all that God has in store for you, it can stop that. And the reason why I say that is because we get caught up when God tells us to tell somebody something, we want to go above and beyond what it is, or we be like, nah, I don't want to hurt their feelings, so I'm not going to tell this person or that person this, or I'm just going to cut that person off. Not everybody is meant to be cut off in your life. Sometimes God places certain people in your life just so that they can see how God moves. You know what I mean? There are some people that I know that don't mean me and my husband any good. I mean, when they see us get blessed, they can't stand it, but yet they like everything else on our Facebook. But then whenever we put something about a blessing on our Facebook, they get Ray Charles. Not saying that I want them to like it, but I thank God for letting us see that in those people. But then at the same time, God is saying, I want these people to see what a blessing and what happens when a person is really, really walking with God and letting me abide in their life, what I will do for them. And then there are some people that I'm only supposed to minister into their life. Not saying that I'm supposed to have any attachments, but God placed me in those people's life to do exactly that. I'm not here to try to make certain friends with people. I'm here to do what God has for me to do and keep it pushing. And when I say that is because if you look at the story with Moses in the Bible, at first he was scared because he said, okay, I got a stuttering problem. And God was like, okay, I'm gonna have your brother help you. I'm gonna have your brother help you just in case you feel like if you can't actually talk to those people. But then God told him, raise up your staff. He raised up his staff. He did exactly what God told him. But then the people began to mumber and get on his nerves. And he wanted to go, okay, I'm going to fix it, God. God don't need your help for nothing. If God tells you to say sorry, you say sorry. If God tells you to speak, you speak. If God tells you to move, then you move. Sometimes God will even tell you, I don't want you to do nothing but wave your hand. You do exactly what God is telling you to do because God sees far greater than what you see. And when we try to go above God, then we begin to try to be God. And we are not God. God is God, but God has placed us here to be vessels for him. And the reason why I say that is because Moses was so mad that he hit the rock. And God didn't tell him to hit the rock this time. Just because of what God had you do the first time in a situation, God might have you do something entirely different. The first time, God might tell you to stay silent in a situation. So you stay silent in that situation. But then the next time God might say, you know what? I want you to tell that person that is not of God. That's all you're supposed to say. You're not supposed to say, because I didn't see you do this and I didn't see you. No, that's not what God said. And the reason why I say that is because he led the people. He did everything that God told him to do. But because of his disobedience, he was able to see into the promised land, but he wasn't able to enter into it. Don't let nobody hinder you from what it is that God has for you to do. Not all those people was able to enter into the promised land. You be one of those people that I'm going to receive the blessings of God going into this next season. Despite of what other people say, despite of, if they my ace boom, I might have to let them go. I might have to put them to the side until God tell me to pick back up that relationship or that situation. There's nothing wrong with you saying no to certain people in certain situations. Now, the question of the week is, it's crazy. Them questions be crazy. Now, the question of the week is, a lady said, if her man's baby mama asked him to spend the night at the house because his kids would like for him to be there so that they could open up their Christmas presents for Christmas, how do I feel about that? That's how I feel about that situation. My husband ain't about to spend the night in no other woman's house. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many kids y'all got. I don't care what y'all's past was. Now, if those kids want to open up gifts, then they are more than welcome to come to our house and we can have Christmas, or they can have 2 Christmases, one with their mama and one with their daddy. They can spend Christmas Eve with us, or vice versa, and have Christmas. But what my husband ain't going to do is be at another woman's house. And my husband's not even going to ask me something like that because he's going to check her out the gate. If we do go, we gonna have a pajama party. If we do go over there, but baby, my husband not about to be at your house. And then people be like, oh, but it's not about him, it's about the kids. Yes, it is about the kids. And we are a family. So we gonna have this wholeness together at our house. Or we not having nothing. Because truth be told, we Christians. And Christmas is a pagan holiday. How about that? How about that? Well, remember, I love you, God loves you, and all that you do, give God the honor, glory, and praise. To God be the glory. Baby.